Hi guys, and welcome to Reading Bliss. My name is Maria. You can find me as KiwiRia on Instagram, Pinterest, Goodreads, and pretty much everywhere else on the net. I'm trying something new today, and I'm actually recording on my iPhone instead of my iPad or computer because well, my computer's too much of a hassle to set up and the camera isn't all that good anyway, and I need my iPad in order to be able to show you the books I've been reading. So this is September wrap-up and possibly a bit of October to be read. Most of the books I've been reading are obviously ebooks, and I've been reading them on my iPad because it's just, I've been knitting a lot, and it's just so much easier to read an ebook while knitting than to read a physical book. That's not to say that I haven't read any physical books at all. I did finish All Clear by Connie Willis. This is the sequel to Blackout, which I had in my September wrap-up vlog, it must be. This series is amazing. However, word of caution, you do not want to start the first one without having the second one ready available, as they cannot stand on their own. It is one book split up into two, so be sure to have them both available. But the story is absolutely amazing, and if you're at all interested in World War II, I can highly recommend this. It's about a bunch of historians from the year 2060. At this time, time travel has been invented, and historians obviously do their research by actually traveling back in time to the period they're researching. This is a bunch of researchers or historians who travel back to World War II and get stuck. They can't get back to the present. And then it's all about how they live during the Blitz and how they handle knowing all these things that are going to happen. And it is absolutely amazing, very, very difficult to put down. But the ending is a tiny bit frustrating in that there are at least two questions. Excuse me, two questions left unanswered. They're given hints, so I have a fairly good idea what's supposed to be happening, but I like things just a little bit less ambiguous. But still, this is a reread. I read it for the first time 3 or 4 years ago, and I still really, really love it. Other books. I read, and this was a NetGalley arc that I received. Oh, sorry about the glare there. Cooking as Fast as I Can by Kat Cora. A chef's story of family, food, and forgiveness. Fair disclaimer, I have not heard anything about Kat Cora before I read this book. But I love memoirs, especially about chefs, and excuse me, this did not disappoint. I was really, really happy to read this and can definitely recommend it. I also finally, whoops, excuse me, I read The Girl on the Train by Paula Hawkins. I was not terribly impressed by this. I wasn't unimpressed by it either. I think I gave it 3 stars out of 5 on Goodreads. It's okay, but filled with a lot of unpleasant characters and, once again, a disappointing ending. I won't say anything more because it really is... You really don't want to know too much going into this book. It is fascinating, and I do recommend it for anybody who likes thrillers. Just be aware of the unpleasant characters. I also read, and this was actually as an audiobook, I heard A Gift of Magic by Lois Duncan. I never read this particular one as a teen, although I did read a lot of her other books. I liked it. It was fairly good. Totally run-of-the-mill, straightforward YA, but Lois Duncan does write very enjoyable books, and this was no exception. Another NetGalley arc I received was this manga version of Jane Austen's Emma. I've been meaning to reread Emma for quite a while. I recently watched Clueless, which is so obviously a retelling of Emma, so I've been wanting to reread it. And when I saw this manga, I thought that was a good opportunity as any. It is absolutely gorgeously drawn, and although I don't remember the details of the book, I do seem to recall enough to say that this manga adaptation is fairly true to the original story. Another arc, I've been reading so many NetGalley arcs this month, is The Truth About Jellyfish by Ali Benjamin. This was a very different YA to what I usually read, in that it starts with the main character finding out that the girl who used to be her best friend, but they had a falling out, that she died over the summer. And this is how the book is about how she copes with her grief, and most importantly, how she tries to figure out what actually happened. It's really sad. Partly, I mean, obviously it's sad because of the death, but also reading about how good friends they used to be and then how they had their falling out. Sad, not depressing, and once again I gave it 3 stars out of 5. Had I been younger, I'd probably have liked it even more. So those are the books I read in October, only 6 of them, but not October, sorry, the books I read in September, only 6 of them, but I've been doing a lot of knitting and watching movies with my husband, so I think it's a fairly decent amount. I haven't actually prepared a pile of to-be-read books for October because, as those of you who saw my last post know, Dewey's Readathon, 24-hour Readathon, is coming up on October 17th to 18th. In Denmark, my local time, it's from 2 p.m. Saturday to 2 p.m. Sunday, and I intend to sit here in my library together with my sisters and my mom and a friend and read as much as possible. Usually for the Readathon I stick to short books, YA typically, easily read books, so I'll be preparing a video as we get closer to this date with my selection of books. I've already started a brainstorm list, which is currently at 30-something books. So obviously I have to, well, either I have to limit that down or I'll just have a hugely crowded coffee table as I sit down to read on the 17th. Some of the books I know will be on my list are the Wonder Stories by R.J. Palacio. I read Wonder last month, month before last, August, and absolutely adored it. So when I found these, I think they're companion novels companion short stories rather than actual sequels. When I found them, I knew they'd be perfect for the readathon. Other books I'll probably read, We're All Completely Beside Ourselves by Karen J. Fowler is on my list. And I knew there was a third one, but yeah, you'll see that when we come closer. So, spoiler, I guess. So, those were my books for September. Let me know what you read, and if you read any of the books that I've read, let me know what you thought of them down in the comments. And I'll see you in a couple of weeks, getting ready for the readathon. Oh, let me know if you're doing that too, and I'll come cheer you on. Bye!